Welcome to Tales in Text. I'm your host Nisha, and this is Bite Size Bharata, where you hear tiny tales from a grand epic. We start today's story right after Ganga's meeting with King Pratipa. At this point, Pratipa has two sons, his eldest Devapi and his middle son Bahlika. Soon, his wife Queen Sunanda gives birth to their third child, Shantanu. When the time comes for the king to choose an heir apparent, he chooses Devapi, his eldest. But Devapi refuses the throne. Whether it is because he has a skin condition, which some texts claim may have been leprosy, or because Devapi has an intense desire to renounce the material world and become a monk, Devapi urges Pratipa to choose one of his younger brothers to replace him as the king of Hastinapura. Saying so, Devapi retires to the forest. King Pratipa then turns his reluctant attention to his second son, Bahlika. But he is stuck in a problem of his own making. Years earlier, he would have promised his father-in-law that he would give his second son, Bahlika, to him to take over the maternal kingdom of Sivi. There are other tales in the Mahabharata which also state that Pratipa gave Bahlika a gift of many other kingdoms to rule so that Devapi's road to becoming the heir to the throne of Hastinapura would be free. And Bahlika, like any good son, does accept these kingdoms. Now, unable to sway Bahlika to remain behind and rule Hastinapura instead of Sivi or the other kingdoms he gifted him, a desperate Pratipa turns to his youngest son Shantanu and hopes that he accepts the throne. Luckily for him, Shantanu does. Very soon, Shantanu is crowned to be the king of Hastinapura. But almost immediately, things take a drastic turn. Right after his crowning, the region of Hastinapura is plagued by a devastating 12-year-long drought. A drought that brings immense misery and deaths to thousands within the kingdom. In the next episode, we'll discuss more about this ill-famed 12 years drought and see how this drought transformed and changed the course of Bharata forever. Thanks for listening to this episode. If you liked what you hear, do like the video and do subscribe to my channel. This is Bite Size Bharata, where you hear tiny tales from a grand epic. And I'm your host Nisha Prakash, and this is Tales in Text.